Hey guys, right here I have a 2015 Renault Twingo 0.9 TCe Dynamique. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. This Twingo does have a 5-speed manual. The Twingo 3 gets an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Dynamique trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel. The wheel does feature sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions, a flat bottom design, perforated inserts top and bottom, white inserts on the top 2 spokes, and white stitching going around the inner rim. Two transmission options are available for the TCE90 engine. You can have this engine with either a 5-speed manual or a 6-speed efficient dual-clutch automated manual. To engage reverse for the manual transmission, pull a catch just below the gear knob and push the gear lever all the way to the right and back. In terms of safety, the Twingo receives 4 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability control, hill start assist, side wind assist, Renault anti-intruder device automatic door locking, an immobilizer, dead locking, tire pressure monitoring system, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, and roll down the driver's side window. This Twingo Dynamique does have the 15-inch Exception alloy rims wrapped in Michelin Energy Saver tires. The tires measure 165/65 R15 in front and 185/60 R15 at the back. Brakes are ventilated discs and drums, front and rear respectively. As for the suspension, the front gets McPherson struts, while the back gets a torsion beam setup. Renault's A-segment city car, the Twingo, first appeared in 1992 at that year's Paris Motor Show. Sales of the left-hand drive-only Twingo 1 started the following year and continued until 2007 for the European market. At the 2007 Geneva Motor Show, the Twingo 2 debuted, and this time the car was available in both left-hand drive and right-hand drive configurations. With the unveiling of the Twingo 3 in 2014, Renault took a different turn for the Twingo's direction. While the previous 2 generations were only available in a 3-door hatchback, front-wheel drive and front-engine configuration, the latest Twingo switched to a 5-door hatchback, rear-wheel drive and rear-engine configuration. The Twingo 3 was developed together with the latest Smart 4.2 and 4.4. To open the bonnet, locate and pull open 2 flaps on either sides of the front grille. Behind these flaps are levers which pop the bonnet open. Under the bonnet, you can find various fluid tanks and the vehicle's battery. To close the bonnet, simply reverse the steps used to open the bonnet. The Twingo 3 went on sale in the UK in 2014. There are currently 4 main trim levels available: Expression, Play, Dynamique, and Dynamique S, and one special edition trim called the Colour Run Special Edition. 2 engines are offered, the SCE70 naturally aspirated petrol and the TCE90 turbocharged petrol. The Twingo is a highly customizable car with various colours, options, accessories and packs available to suit one's needs. Exterior features of the Twingo Dynamique includes manual leveling halogen reflector headlights, LED daytime running lights, front and rear fog lights, indicators on the front fenders, body-coloured door handles and side mirrors, matte black B-pillars, and a rear spoiler. To gain access to the engine, first remove the boot floor. Then, locate and unscrew 6 screws on the engine cover. Lastly, remove the engine cover itself. This Twingo is powered by Renault's H4BT 0.9 litre, dual overhead cams, 12 valves, turbocharged inline-3 petrol engine with multi-point sequential fuel injection. This engine produces 89 horsepower at 5500 rpm and 135 Nm of torque at 2500 rpm. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour is achieved in 10.8 seconds onto 103 miles per hour or 165 km per hour top speed. With a 35-litre fuel tank, combined fuel consumption for the Twingo TCE90 manual is 65.7 miles per gallon or 4.3 litres per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is 99 grams per kilometer, and the Twingo 3 is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. You do have a speaker down there together with a bottle holder and some storage. Right there you do have your mirror controls as well as your window controls. Both the front windows in this car are powered, while the rear 2 windows open up as a vent. Adjustable side aircon vents for this car. And right down here, this lever allows you to adjust the level of the headlight. This lever allows you to turn on or off the vehicle's automatic start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. And right here you can activate or deactivate the vehicle's lane departure warning system. The driver's seat in this Twingo Dynamique does get full manual adjustments. This lever controls your seat height. That lever down there controls your seat position. And that knob right there controls your seat back. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The Twingo Dynamique does come standard with very simple air conditioning controls, with all of the controls located right down here. In the middle, you do have your fan speed together with the dial for the recirculation and outside air down below. You do have your temperature to the right and the different modes to the left. Right here you do have your air conditioning button, and right here you do have your rear defrost button. Right down here, you do have some storage. You can actually remove this part, and underneath this storage area will be a couple of cup holders and a bit of storage. Right here you do have your eco mode activation, as well as the activation buttons for your cruise control and speed limiter controls. This Twingo does have an integrated head unit with various media connectivity options and 2 speakers for the sound system. I must say the stock sound system available in the Twingo does sound quite decent. The head unit is very basic, so it is quite simple to use. Right above you do have your 6 customizable stations. This text button, if you are in your radio menu, this text button allows you to change what is being displayed on the display, whether it's the radio station name or the radio station description. You do have your seat track buttons right here and a return button for the menus on the display itself. This part right here, you can remove it and you can attach a smartphone cradle to it, so you can have your smartphone sitting right here. You do have your volume and power knob to the left, auxiliary port right down here, radio button. Obviously you can go to your radio menus. For your media button, you can go to your different media options. You do have Bluetooth audio streaming, USB and all that. Hit the setup button to bring up your system setup. You do have your audio. Under audio, you do have your sound with your bass, treble and balance. Auxiliary in settings, speed, volume settings, bass, boost, and restoring the audio settings back to default. You do have your clock settings, radio settings, language settings, and all that. If you hit the telephone button, you can bring up your Bluetooth telephone menu. Right here, you can look at your call list, look at your phone book, dial a number, scan for devices, pair a Bluetooth device, select a device, delete a device, bring up the settings, and bring up your Bluetooth settings. And right down here you do have your USB port. Right here you do have your tuning knob. It also doubles up as the knob that allows you to go through the display itself. And that's about it. To the right of the hazard light switch, you do have your electronic central locking button. On the steering wheel, you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. And right down here, you do have your voice control activation button. On the last stalk, you do have your light and indicator controls. On the bottom right stalk, you do have your audio controls. And on the top right stalk, you do have your wiper controls. If you locate the buttons at the end of the wiper stalk, you can go through your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Right now you do have the mileage, trip meter, the amount of fuel used, average fuel consumption, instant fuel consumption, range, distance traveled, average speed, service indicator, your tire pressure initialization menu, and back to the mileage. Within the display right above, you do have your digital speedometer in kilometers per hour, and to the right you do have your fuel gauge. The steering wheel in this car is tilt only, adjusted using this lever right here. You do have a single cup holder right here together with a power outlet. manual dimming, rear view mirror, and you do have your interior lights right above. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. The rear door handles are mounted within the C-pillar. You do have a bottle holder down there together with some storage and a strap to keep items in place. And as mentioned earlier on, the rear windows in this car open up as a vent. The rear seat backs in this Twingo do fold down. They split 50-50 when folding. And to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down. Then locate the levers, or straps if you will, on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and flip the seat back down. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for leg room, I do not get a lot of it. Probably about this much. And about this much headroom. It is actually not that spacious back here, but what do you expect out of a city car? At least the seats are still nice and comfortable. No grip handles. The fuel flap itself is not actually lockable, but the fuel cap is, so you do need the key to open up the fuel cap. To open up the glass rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate the touchpad just above the number plate. Boot space in the Twingo measures 188 litres and 980 litres with the rear seat backs upright and folded down respectively. To the left of the boot is a light that illuminates the area. To accommodate longer items, the front passenger seat back can also be folded down. You do have fixed headrests for the front, while the rear headrests are the only ones that are adjustable in this car. You do have your window control right there, and down below you do have a speaker, a bottle holder and some storage. The front passenger seat in this car does get full manual adjustments as well. It just loses out on the height adjustment as found on the driver's side. The glove box in the Twingo is actually quite small. You only have this area right here to store items in. And the sun visor for the front passenger does get a vanity mirror as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2015 Renault Twingo 0.9 TCe Dynamique. Thanks for watching and goodbye.